Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hello?
Oh, hi. Hi, Kevin.
Hi. Hold on just a second. I need everybody to realize when you call in, I'm just asking for stuff to be able to assist you. No one knows where you are, and no one's going to come looking for you. All right. Hey, ma'am, how are you? How do I pronounce your first name?
I don't want to say my first name.
Oh, Jesus. What do I call you? Okay, you're going to have to
You
tell
can
me.
call me.
Huh?
You can call me T.
T. Okay, I got to ask, what is wrong? T. What's the problem with people wanting to be anonymous online? Okay, what do you need from me? What's the question, T?
Well, thank you for taking my call. So I've been listening to your channel for a few days now,
Okay.
and I want to know. I've gotten some really good advice. So thank you for your knowledge. I want to know like what I can do to kind of get. I am looking for marriage, so to get married to a high value man.
Well, first thing you can do is understand when you're talking to one, you're going to have to tell them your name.
I yes, I understand.
Or what's your name? It's improper, ma'am.
uh, yes, my name is. I don't want to say my name.
Well, then you can always book a session and pay for this full price.
Oh, you're right about that.
I know.
Is this on live stream?
You called onto a live stream. Stop playing on my phone, grown woman. Just tell me your name so we can get on with this.
I'm so sorry, but I don't want everyone to know my name. Is that okay?
No, it's not. I'm not going to
Okay.
do this for free, and you just ask me a bunch of questions and I work. So you can either tell me your name or you are more than welcome to go to my website and book it and pay for it. It's $849.
Okay, my name's Aticia.
Thank you. It's right there. It's right there. I can see it. But see, what I want you to understand is this is going to be relevant later on. So you want to know how you can find a higher value man so you can be a wife? That's basically what you want to
Yes,
know. All right. How old are you?
I just turned 27.
27. Any children?
Yes, no children.
Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
What would you go to school for?
A business administration.
And did you get a BA or a BS?
I got a BS.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're 27 years old. And when you say a high value man, are we talking about do you want one? Do you want children?
Yes.
How many?
2 to 3,
Two to
maybe 4.
so three. Uh, so once you are pregnant, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
I don't want to work while the children are small. When they go to school, I wouldn't mind going back to work.
So the answer is when you're pregnant, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills? The answer is no.
That's
'Cause-
correct.
all right. That's because we got to just own what it is you want. I'm not judging it. I'm just trying to understand. And what region of the country are you in? North, east, south, west?
I'm in the DMV area.
The DMV area. All right. So in the DMV area, for a man to make the kind of money to afford a 3 child family and a wife, you're gonna need to make around about $425,000 a year to put those kids in. For you to stay home until the kids are grade school age. That's assuming you did not homeschool. I'm assuming you want them to go to an above average private school. I mean public school, which is almost borderline private. Those schools are fed by the neighborhoods, and you got to have property value tax dollars. Those are suburbs.
Hmm.
So a man is making that kind of money. You can't make $70,000 a year and have a stay-at-home wife and 3 kids in the DMV area and go to a good school. I'm assuming you want your kids to be able to go to college if they choose to.
Yes.
And I'm assuming you'd want them to not have to go into any student loan debt.
It would be nice.
It would be nice. if you could make it to where they did not have to, would that be your preference?
Yes,
Did you go into student loan debt?
I did. Yes.
Would you have preferred to have a family, a mother and father who paid for your school to where you could start out with no debt?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So 27. How tall are you?
I'm 5'2",
Dress size.
size 8. I know size 8 and slimming down. I was working with
Why you jumping all
first
at why you jumping all at me?
because I heard you say 5'2" or 5'4" and under should be at least a 6 and under. So I'm just giving you some like
What's the
background.
largest dress size you've ever been?
14.
Okay. Um, and if I had to rate you on a scale of 1 to 10, and there's no 7, where would I probably rank you as far as your face?
As far as just my face,
Yep.
I would say probably like a 7.5.
I said there are no sevens.
I know.
Okay.
So if I have,
I'm ranking you.
if I,
I'm ranking you.
okay.
I'm ranking you, not you. If I ranked you,
Mhm.
where would I likely rank you? And there's no sevens.
Oh well, I'm pretty in the face. I was gonna say 7. If I had, I'll go with a 6.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been engaged?
Never, no.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you walking? Because it sounds like you brushing up against the microphone.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a little warm. I'm just fanning myself.
Okay. Okay. You hot?
Sorry.
Because it's blowing into the microphone,
Yeah.
man. Okay, it's blowing into the microphone, man. They can
Okay.
they can hear that.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll stop.
Okay. All right. And what do you do for a living?
I work in consulting.
All right. So obviously, a woman who is 5'2" and the dress size 14, slimming down. The first question, with no children, guys are always going to ask, how did this woman allow herself to get to that size? So what
Well, I'm
question?
not that size anymore.
Oh, okay. Um, when's the last long-term relationship you had?
It was. I don't really do the whole relationship thing. It was actually quite some time ago. I was probably like 21.
And how long was that? Can you stop fanning yourself or go outside or
Oh, I'm
something?
so sorry.
I'm,
No,
I'm,
okay. I didn't.
I
Okay.
mean, you that damn big the way you just sitting up here hot? The fuck? Yeah, sitting up here sweating bacon bits and shit. Seriously though, your last relationship was 6 years ago? And how long? And how long did that last?
Like 6 months.
All right. So you have no. Were you raised by mother and father?
Yes.
Was who? Your father was in the household.
Yes.
Your mother and father were married.
Yes.
How many siblings?
Well, I don't keep in contact with most of
How
them, so
many
I only
siblings?
4.
Is it and all by your all? So there were 5 of you in the house,
No, I only grew up with one brother in the house,
and then
and
your
that one
father
was
had
in
3 children outside the house.
um in his first marriage.
That's all I
Yes.
asked for, man. So I'm trying to get to is what the family situation looks like. Um, and is your father still alive?
No.
Hmm. Sorry to hear that. So my question is this: you've only had one relationship of any significance, and that was 6 years ago. Why?
See, I talk to guys, but I'm a Christian, and most of the guys I talk to
You're what?
are
You,
not
you kind of broke.
Christian.
You're a Christian. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And most of the guys that I have talked to, they're not Christian. so it doesn't really. I know I shouldn't be talking to them, so it doesn't really get very far.
Are you a virgin?
Yes,
Okay. A proper virgin. You've never had intercourse.
proper version.
Okay.
Yes.
Um. Well, you got a lot of things going on, man. 27 years old. The biggest one is your weight. I don't care if you're slimming down or not. There's no reason that a woman your age without children should have gotten to that size. So that you're having to slim down is
Mm-hmm.
problematic. The fact that you won't rank yourself as far as your looks, I want to, that tells me that you are not where you think you are. See, pretty women know they're pretty. Cute women know they're cute. Average women know they're average, but they don't like to say they're average. That's why you go for 7. Now, telling me you're a 7.5, I'm assuming that means when you're all dolled up, ready to go. I'm talking about no makeup, fresh face, your hair, and you're gonna still tell me you're a 7 or a high 6? Okay. Um, if you're a Christian, are you actively involved in a church?
Yes.
Are you not in the singles ministry or church?
Yes, I am,
So how's the
but there
singles
is not
ministry
a
and
lot of single.
how's the ministry helping you find a husband since your father's not there?
It's not.
Okay,
It's not.
then what are you doing to help find that husband? How are you going to be found by Boaz, Ruth?
Well, I try to do like go out to social events in like different churches.
Uh huh.
My church is kind of small, so I try to do events
But
with other
a
churches.
small church is not going to facilitate you finding a husband.
Yes.
Okay, but you know this. And how can Boaz helped up on Ruth? You have to be found. See, a lot of times Christian women, you really isolate yourself into a position to where you make it God's fault that this never happened. No one had to tell you, ma'am, that being 5'2" and a size 14 was going to be problematic finding a mate. No one had to tell you that being in a small church where there are not a lot of single men was going to make it difficult to find a Christian husband who, are you wanting your husband to be a virgin?
No, I don't care.
Okay, so you want to be a virgin until you're married?
Yes.
Is that a requirement?
For me
Yeah,
or for my
for you.
husband.
For you.
Yes. Yes.
All right, then you better get on the ball, ma'am. You're a 27-year-old virgin. In order to get that on the open market, you have to be really pretty and in great shape to be able to ask for a high value man.
I understand. I'm not one of the religious women that just thinks that God is going to bring me my husband and this and that. Although there is a part of that that I do believe that marriage is a choice and
Hmm.
that I should actively present myself
But you're not.
um, to be married.
But you're not. Faith without works is
Mm.
dead. Where are the works? How are you actively presenting yourself to be married? Where are the works?
Well, earlier in the year, I got a personal trainer, so I was able to slim down quite a bit.
Hmm.
And I do go to meetup events. I did this like right before Corona, so I haven't been to
Okay.
a lot.
So you just started losing the weight?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta ask, why why'd you allow yourself to get to the size you are and then just start at 27 to slim down?
Just being greedy, just eating too much food.
Okay. All right. So let's move on past that. All right. This is gonna be a hard question, okay?
Hmm.
Why what makes you why do you think you should have a man making that much money?
I don't want a man making like 400,000, maybe like 150. I think that's
Oh,
reasonable,
okay,
but
150,
I don't think I would settle for
listen, listen,
that's just me.
150, 150. But what city are you in? DMV is a big area. But I'll give you Baltimore, DC. It's still not cheap. 150 is not enough for three people, three children and a wife and do you live by yourself?
Yes.
Um, do you own a home?
Yes.
Okay. You own it or you purchasing it?
Oh,
How'd you get a home?
it was given to me.
Exactly. So you have no idea what it cost. Thank you. So if you had to pay the mortgage on where you live, how much would it be?
I have no idea. I do know
Well,
that this is a
that's
high
an
cost area.
exactly. How much is the home worth?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. So you're a woman that has a home that someone else purchased and it was given to you and you don't even know the value of it?
I think maybe 300.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to tell you. You need to know the value. Okay. I'm going to tell you, this is practical. First off, just to handle your business, you need to know how much your home cost and is worth. Number one. Number two, the kind of men you're talking about, keep track of these kind of things. But when you say a guy making 150, that tells me you don't really understand how much it costs. How much are you making a year?
65.
65 in the DMV area. The DMV area. So you're roughly making the mid 30s in Atlanta. You're broke. You cannot afford that house on your income with the car payment, insurance, and everything else. This is what I was talking about in my videos. You ladies don't understand what it is you're asking for. You didn't pay for the house. It was given to you through family or something like that. However it happened, it was bestowed upon you. So you don't have any practical knowledge. You don't know what it takes for a man to go out and make that kind of stuff. You don't even know how much it costs to put a kid. How much does a child cost for 18 years?
Oh, for like daycare, I'm not sure.
No,
I'm
just
sure
the
it's a
like
lot.
just the no, no, don't give me the number. How much does it cost? I mean, average cost of a middle class child, 0 to 18.
For 18 years in total.
Yeah.
Maybe like 200,000.
Yep. So you're talking about $600,000 worth of children and a wife that's not working. You're chuckling, but this is what you're really asking for
Hmm.
with a straight face. And I'm saying that's cool, ma'am. But understand that's the dollars. And then I ask you the question: do men who make the kind of money that you need to be making, do they get women that are your size and your level of your SMV? How about that? Your SMV, sexual market value.
No.
So, do you think I'm trying to help you understand you're overshooting your market value.
Hmm.
It's not realistic.
Okay.
That's before all the complexities of Christianity and these other kind of things. So if I were talking to you, the first thing I would tell you is you need to get out of that church and get to a bigger church because it's too small. Number one. And at the same time, you need to slim down massively. When was the last time you were dress size 2 or 4?
I've never been that small.
Oh, ma'am, you've had to. Yes, you have. You didn't just go from the womb.
No.
Listen to me. You didn't just go from the womb to a 14. You may not have been that small for that long, but you were. It's human nature. You have to grow through a size. But what you're telling me is you've been this size so long you don't remember being that size. Would that be more accurate?
That would be more accurate.
So if you're 27 years old, what size were you when you graduated from high school?
I was like a size 12.
Okay. What size were you in ninth grade?
I was probably like a size 8.
What size were you in sixth grade?
Um, Probably like a size, I don't know the number, maybe like a large.
Hmm. I have a daughter. You've been big your entire life,
Yes.
and your parents allowed this. So you don't, and the
Mm-hmm.
point I'm making is you don't have a healthy lifestyle habit. So even when you do lose the weight, you have more years on this planet being overweight. So the chances of you maintaining a healthy weight are slim, are very slim, because you're doing it for a reason. You're trying to become more physically attractive to be to land a man, and you should be doing it just to be
Mm-hmm.
healthy. And
Right.
any guy that's looking will say, well, this is what size she is now. At 5'2", you're a shorter woman. You're going to put on 30 pounds minimum from the first child, and the next one, 50 to 60. If women, 3 kids, women you're going to be big if you don't watch out. That's why I'm saying guys go through all this calculus. And at the end of the day, man, um, I don't fault you for wanting what you want, but I would just say your expectations seem to be unrealistic for what you quote unquote bring to the table. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
kind of gets lost on women when guys say, "What do you bring to the table?" It's not an insult. It's just, you know, it's hard for men to understand why you allow this to just go on that long. But um, first things first, get your weight under control for you, for a lifestyle, and a plan to keep it that way until death. Black women did not used to be this size.
Mm-hmm.
So it has nothing to do with our genetics. It has everything. It has much more to do with your lack of your kind of food you eat, your lack of activity, and all this other kind of stuff. So that needs to be priority. And then getting in the gym. How many days of the week are you exercising?
5 days.
How many? How have you been doing that?
I go outside, I jog, and I jump rope, and I do like YouTube video
No,
workouts.
no, no, no. Before coronavirus, were you going to the gym?
Oh yes, I was.
How many days a week?
5 days.
And what are you doing when you're working out?
Um,
Oh, him in particular, do you lift weights?
Half. I would lift weights. Yes.
Is it okay? Personal trainer, because to plan a healthy
Yes, I do.
lifestyle. So that's really what it gets down to, man. But I think you also need to do just some adult stuff. I mean, you got a house, you don't even know what it's worth, and that kind of stuff. So you just need to kind of figure all that out. Um, and then the virgin thing, I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be that's going to be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's going to be more likely to happen. A man is going to be more likely to understand that with a religious background. Out here, just in a secular world, you got too many plates spinning. which now it makes sense as to
What
why
do you
you.
mean by that?
Well, it's uncommon for someone to not date for 6 years. There has to be something going on. Christianity, weight, um, Jesus. Um, I mean, human nature just draws you in proximity with people. I mean, it's not like you're living in Alaska. So, and the fact that when we got on the phone, you really didn't want to be completely forthcoming with me, so I have to take everything you're telling me with a grain of salt. I'm just not sensing a lot of, I don't say truthfulness, but just now you're just not really being open. And if that's how you go, and
Okay.
if that's how you go through life, kind of closed off and guarded, uh, it leads to people not really interacting with you.
Well, I do have friends. I have a pretty good amount of friends, and I would say that you're pretty accurate. I am, for the most part, pretty closed off
Mm-hmm.
person. I'm very friendly though, so I do have a large friend group, but for the most part, I am pretty like closed
Mm-hmm. But
off when it
but
comes
do
to
you
people.
have male interactions?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Um, you've never dated any of your friends? You
No,
never talked to them. So usually friends talk about relationships. Has have you ever talked to men and asked them about mating and dating and that kind of stuff? I mean, that's normally what 20-year-olds talk about.
I talk to them about it. I don't talk to them about my situation specifically.
I mean, neither one of your friends has ever tried to hit on you.
There was, but I didn't like them, so I kind of just like
What do you
shut
mean?
it down.
Why didn't you like him?
Um, our personalities just didn't mesh, and I just there were certain lifestyle things that I just did not agree with, so I
But,
just didn't
but
want
you
to
call him
be
a
in contact
friend.
with
But you call
them.
him a friend.
Yeah, we can be friends. I don't have
All
to
right.
agree with everything that you do,
All right.
but if
I
we're
get
gonna
it.
be
I get.
exclusive,
I get it.
then
I get it. I get it. Um, when I think of friends, I think of friends. I don't think of associates. Um,
um,
I would say that you're a difficult person to talk to and a difficult person to know.
okay,
And that's not an insult, but people who are closed off, um, and it's just uncommon to talk to somebody who has you've only had a 6 month relationship as a woman. If you're an attractive woman, men approach you and want to date you.
hmm
And if that's not happening, you're not an attractive woman. That's just human nature.
okay,
I mean, that's just human nature. If men are not approaching you, trying to holler at you and date you, you're not an attractive woman. And for someone to say they haven't been, you've had one relationship for 6 months, but yet you rate yourself as a seven. Seven is pretty. Even a woman who's a size 14, if she's pretty, someone will try to holler at her. In the DMV area, does that sound reasonable?
it sounds reasonable. What you're saying makes sense. Yeah,
Then why isn't that
I mean it's
happening?
kind of hard to hear.
But why isn't that happening?
Well, guys try to approach me, but it's not the ones that I like want to be with. Like I said, some men
Oh,
may be
okay.
very secular.
Okay. So how do you know this unless you get a chance to talk to somebody?
Yeah.
How do you, that's something that comes
There's
on. Well, hold on, ma'am. That's something that comes on down the line after you introduce each other, exchange names. You don't find. I mean, the first thing you don't say is, "Hi, my name is Kevin. Hey, what church do you go to? Are you a believer in Jesus Christ? Are you dipped in the blood?" That's not something that happens up front. That comes down the line after you exchange pleasantries. So no.
yeah, like we'll I'll meet someone, we'll talk on the phone, maybe for a couple months, but it's never like
Couple of
I don't want.
months?
It's never
Couple of months?
yeah.
Couple. Oh,
It's
stop right.
never
Okay.
like anything.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's back up. Couple of months talking to guy. You're in the DMV area. You went to college. No one tried to holler at you at college.
I was never exclusive. Like we would talk and hang out, talk on the phone, go on dates, but it was never anything exclusive.
Hmm. A lot of you millennials go out in packs. I get that. But you're not in college anymore. You're out moving around one on one. You're telling me that since you've graduated from college, men don't, men see attractive women, they approach them and try to get their number to try to take them out on a date or Netflix and chill or something like that. And you're telling me that you meet a strange guy and you talk for months on the phone with a strange guy. And then
Yeah.
after
No,
that,
to me
you,
that's an exaggeration. That's an exaggeration. Maybe for a few weeks we
well, you
talk,
said
or we might
months.
go out a couple. I'm sorry, that's an exaggeration. I'm sorry. That's an exaggeration. Maybe for a few weeks we talk, we hang out, but it's never like anything exclusively. Like I don't want to be like exclusive
What do you mean you don't
with
want it?
them.
So they want to be with you, but you don't want to be with them?
Sometimes it's the other way around,
What,
but what
what?
I'm saying
So wait,
is I
hold on,
can
hold on,
talk to
hold on,
them,
hold on, hold on.
but
Hold on. The other way around means what? Means you want to be with them, that they don't want to be with you?
yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying
Are
like
you turning guys down based upon who they are or how they look?
not how they look, based upon who they are. I know it's not going to get very far because of certain belief systems.
All right. Well, I'm
So
gonna go
there's
ahead.
no point in even
All right.
prolonging
All
the
right.
relationship.
All right. Sound again, ma'am. You sound very hard to know. I typically don't have this much difficulty trying to get to know someone, but you're not telling me the complete truth. You're telling me bits and pieces, and that's fine. I don't know what it is you're trying to hide or trying to cover up, but whatever it is, ma'am, people don't interact this way. You may be able to get along like this with women, but women aren't trying to marry you or have sex with you. Men are not going to put up with all of this, especially for, I mean, and I don't want to have to be, if you want to get married, you're going to have to make it a hell of a lot more appealing for a man. How about that?
Okay, I hear you.
Okay. And at this point, your expectations as far as an income, um, mixed with your overall height, weight, um, where I assume you look, the things you've told me put you on the lower end of the SMV, with your quote unquote standard. If I can be completely honest with you, ma'am, and I don't mean any insult, but coming from the Bible Belt, I saw far too many black women like you uh, become cl- spinsters in the true sense of the word. And I'm not trying to be funny, but the true sense of the word. I
I'm
mean,
sorry, I didn't hear you
I
ask the
saw too many
question.
black women like you coming from the Bible Belt. I saw too many black women like you become spinsters, old maids, unmarried, no children, no relationships for life. My my aunts were two of them.
But I don't want to be like that.
I don't. It doesn't matter. I'm talking to you, and you didn't even want to tell me your name. There's something with going on with you to where you want people. You asked me to talk to you and give to you and help you. You're not even giving me what I need. So I don't know. But I always go back to the same thing. Have you ever? Your father died when you were how old?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay. Um, have you ever sat down with a therapist?
Yeah, I have.
Not Christian, clinical.
Clinical, yeah.
And what was the diagnosis?
did grief counseling, so it wasn't like medication or
Okay, well, I'm
anything.
talking about one-on-one counseling for you, not grief counseling.
No, I haven't done that.
I suggest you do. Because if people who are hard to know generally don't know themselves.
Okay.
That's be my suggestion. That would be it. Because you're out here moving around amongst a bunch of other people, and people aren't going to work this hard to do all that. It's unrealistic to ask somebody to do that much work. And women who want to be wives and don't want to be old maids, they make it attractive for a man. That's why I was pushing so much, trying to push so much about your weight, because that's not attractive for a man. Trying to ask how you look,
I understand.
okay? And then when you, even let's say you dropped and got down to a dress size 2, and let's say you were as beautiful as you could be on every given day, you're still a Christian and a virgin. And in a dating environment that leans towards hookup culture, many men are going to pass right over that, because they're not going to wait, and they're not going to marry you to have sex with you on their wedding night. Do you understand that? Hello? All right. Yeah. Yeah, so go be a nun, right? No. Well, and unfortunately,
Hello?
yes, I'm here.
I'm sorry, I think the Zoom call dropped.
Did
So
you
I'm sorry, I
did you
didn't
hear what
hear
I
the first
said?
few seconds.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I didn't. I did
I
not. I think the
said
call
I
dropped.
said into I said even if you dropped weight to become a size 2, and even if you were beautiful at your beautiful best every day, day in and day out, you are still a 27-year-old Christian virgin out here on a dating scene in a hookup culture. And you want to be a virgin until you're married. The rank and file average guy walking around today is not going to wait 90 days to have sex, much less is he going to marry you and then wait to have sex on his wedding night. The older you
Yeah,
get,
I understand.
the older you get, the more unlikely it's going to happen. So you're going to have to find someone from a religious standpoint, damn near in a arranged situation. You're making this too hard to find a man. So I suggest you get into some counseling, number one. Number two, you start working with the clergy or the pastors in your area. Start making it known to different churches. I am a 27-year-old woman seeking marriage. And that's what you need to start leading with, if that's what you really want. Because just trying to wait for it to happen magically, or God gonna send you, no, no, ma'am. You're gonna have to go. This is gonna have to be your North Star.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that God's just gonna drop me a husband. I understand I have to do the work, and I take
Well,
responsibility
uh, uh,
for
okay.
mistakes I made in the
Well,
past.
I mean,
But
it's
I'm
not
just
any
gonna
mistake. I mean,
change and do better.
it's not I mean, I just understand where you're at now at 27. See, this would have been an easier pill to swallow at 21, but you also have you also have no, we haven't even got to this point, man. You have no history of submitting to a man, cooperating with a man, being involved with a man. Men are effectively foreign creatures to you, which is another one of the reasons why it's so hard to talk to you. You don't get us. You have very little interaction with men. So your marriage is going to be, if you an arranged type situation to where someone's looking for a virginal bride, and you're gonna have to, I mean, honestly, arrangement, because as far as romantic love, I would rather tell you to wish upon a star. But you're gonna have to put serious energy into this, or let 5 years go by and look up, and you're on the fast track to spinster. and I've seen it happen. All right, well, but no matter what, no matter how it works, stay in the gym, lose the weight.
I will do that.
Sounds
I
good.
was gonna ask you, like, so
No, no,
what
no,
are you
no,
gonna
no,
do
no,
with
no,
that?
no, 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 no. We've had enough. That's enough. You want any more time? Feel free to go to my website, book it. You ain't paying the mortgage, pay my session.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
This conversation wasn't about whether the caller wanted marriage. She made that very clear from the beginning. At 27 years old, she said her goal was to marry a high-value man, have children, and step away from work while they were young so she could focus on raising her family. The bigger question became whether she was preparing herself for the type of relationship she hoped to build. One of the first topics Kevin explored was her dating history. She admitted that her last relationship had ended 6 years earlier, after lasting only 6 months. That led him to ask what she was actively doing to increase her opportunities to meet compatible partners. The caller explained that she was active in church and participated in the singles ministry. Kevin questioned whether that alone was likely to introduce her to the kind of man she envisioned. His point wasn't a criticism of faith itself, but that relying on one limited social circle while expecting a very specific outcome may reduce the number of opportunities to meet potential partners. He also warned against assuming that if things didn't work out, the responsibility rested entirely outside of her own actions. Another revealing moment came when Kevin asked questions about her financial awareness and everyday responsibilities. When she couldn't answer basic questions about the cost of her own home, he argued that understanding finances and household management is valuable regardless of whether someone plans to work full-time or become a stay-at-home mother. His broader point was that long-term partnerships often involve practical knowledge as well as emotional compatibility. Throughout the discussion, Kevin repeatedly returned to one idea. Wanting a high-value partner is different from preparing for a relationship with one. Preferences alone don't build successful relationships. Preparation, self-awareness, and understanding the realities of the lifestyle someone hopes to live are equally important. The biggest takeaway from this conversation is that clear goals are only the beginning. Whether someone hopes to become an entrepreneur, a professional, or a spouse, preparation often matters just as much as desire. Being intentional about developing the knowledge, habits, and skills needed for the future you want can make those goals more attainable. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think people spend enough time preparing for marriage, or do most people focus more on finding the right partner than becoming the right partner?